Hi there. I want to talk to you today a little bit about a really powerful assessment tool called a wellness wheel. My name is Tally Davis-Weir, and I am a life and personal development coach. I work with leaders to create lives of overflowing impact in the world that are centered in a place of joy. So really getting leaders aligned to what they are most truly made for and get them overflowing that into their world, into their life, into the people around them, and get them aligned to the calling that's on their life so that they can live really fulfilled, lots of joy in their life, and really make a difference in the lives of others. And it sounds like you guys are doing so much of that. So I really acknowledge the leader that each one of you is and want to offer this tool today, just tell you a little bit about it so that you can implement this into your life and it can support you being in alignment with the vision that you have for your life, and maybe even clarify that vision a little bit more. So I want to tell you a little bit about the wellness wheel. It's got, the one that I use has 8 different areas. So we're looking at every important area of your life. We've divided that into 8 different areas. I'll just show you what a wellness wheel looks like. So we have 8 different areas, and I'll tell you a little bit about what each one of those are. And the idea is to take a look at your whole life at once. So when you can kind of step back and look at your entire life at one time, look at every important area of your life, and you can look at how satisfied am I right now in this season of my life in each one of these areas. And it does a couple things. It brings clarity to where you're currently at, and then it also helps inform your vision for that area. Because if you feel like, I'm not that satisfied right now in this area of my life, and sometimes you know why and sometimes you don't, but that can help. Doing this assessment tool can really help you get clarity about what is working and what's not working, what you feel like you want to keep doing or maybe do more of, and what you feel like is missing in your life. And so when you have clarity about where you are right now and where you want to go, it's a little bit like a map or like a GPS. If you have clarity around where you want to go in an area of your life, it's like having that final destination address that you can put in your GPS system. And then if you know where you're currently at right now, it's like having an address of where you are. And so when you know where you are and where you want to go, and you can put those into your GPS system, and it can map it for you, it can show you where you want to get to, and it can show you the clearest, most efficient route to get there. It's really powerful. It saves a lot of time just kind of wandering aimlessly and gives you clarity about, here's where I am and here's where I want to go. So that's the idea of using this tool, is to give you a lot of clarity, to encourage you about what's working, and to give you clarity about what's not working, what you can do about it. So I'm going to go over the 8 areas for you real quick. So we have spirituality and inner growth. So that's your connection, it's your internal world, connection with God. Career and calling. And the more that you can implement into your career what you feel most called to in life, that's a beautiful overlapping where you can spend that much of your time doing what you're really made for and passionate about. So looking at career and calling, sometimes those are different things, sometimes they're together the same. Abundance and finance. So that's this idea of not living out of scarcity, like there's never enough, but having this sense in your life of abundance and God really providing and taking care of you, and looking at finances. So that's one area. Another area is being in contribution and overflow. And that looks at all of your resources in life. So it's your time, your money, your energy. It's looking at even your creativity and the experiences that you've been through, anything that you have that you can give out of. So all of those things are resources. And then in what ways are you giving out of, the pain you've been through, the experiences, the wisdom that you carry, your finances, your time, your energy, your focus, all of those things are resources that you have that you can give. And so it's looking at, how am I being in overflow with those things? Am I just keeping these all to myself, or am I giving those resources away? So that's contribution and overflow. And then we look at rest and refuel. So if we're always, and this is really good for pastors, if we're always giving out, and we're never taking the time to Sabbath, to fill back up, to rest, to refuel, then we end up really like running on fumes, so to speak, like a car running with barely any gas in the tank, and it's hard to give powerfully and in overflow out of that place. So it's important to look at our refuel and refresh area. Health and wellness is another area that's really important. So looking at your physical body, and then also your mental and emotional space. So looking at how am I really taking care of self, your body, your mind. It's working on emotional healing and wellness around traumatic things that have happened in your life. It's looking at your physical body. Am I drinking enough, sleeping enough? Do I eat well? Taking really good care of you is an important thing to look at. And then we get into relationships. So one of those areas is friends and family. So just looking at the relationships in your life with your family, with your friends. And then the last category is love and romance. So the special partnership that you have with that one special person in your life. So those are the 8 areas of our wellness wheel. And what we do is have an assessment where we look at each one of those and we scale on like 0 to 10. So 0 is in the middle. So if you feel really unsatisfied with some area of your life, it's closer to the middle. So you can see, this was one of my clients when we first started working together. He had, some lower areas, some 2s and some 1s. And as he got clarity about where he was at, so really honest with yourself, like where am I actually at? How satisfied am I right now, this season of my life, in each one of these areas? Then it helped him go, okay, so if I'm a 1 or a 2 or a 3 in this certain area, what is missing for me? Why is this a 1 and not a 10? You can ask yourself, what would create a life that I would be able to fill in like a 9 or a 10 in this? Like what would have to be true of my life in this area for me to say 10? And you can really think through and get a lot more clarity around vision. So like what would have to change about my health for that to be a 10 for me? Maybe I need to really focus on my sleep, or maybe I really need to get consistent about the kinds of things that I put into my body, the fuel, the way that I take care of and feed my body. Or maybe it's working out, or maybe it's like getting to the doctor and like checking how am I doing, or getting something worked on. What would have to be true of my life for me to feel like I am really fulfilled in my refresh and refuel, that I feel like I can give out of an overflow because I feel filled up? Maybe it's, really taking Sabbath seriously, or maybe it's having a hobby that you actually make time for every week, or, whatever it is, looking at every area of your life. What needs to happen so that my relationships would be a 10? What investment do I need to make in terms of my time or money or schedule so that my relationships are where I really am prioritizing them to be? Whatever it is, like each area, taking some time to look at what would be a 10 for me can give you a lot more clarity of vision for this area of your wellness wheel. And when you know what a 10 looks like, and you are really honest with yourself about where you are, so if you're a 6 right now and you get clear about what's in the gap, what's missing for you to be at a 10, then you can begin to set some goals into your life and begin to take a step or 2 forward in each area. And when you're moving each area of your life, you don't have to be doing a ton of things in every area, but doing something in every area to move it forward will help you feel a lot more fulfilled in your life, because it's the moving something forward, having a purpose and being intentional with every area that really makes you feel fulfilled. So as long as you see progress moving forward, you'll be really encouraged. So bless you. And I want to show you what, after working with this client for a little bit, he got really clear about what was missing in his life. And so the next time we did the life wheel, it looked like this. And so he got really clear, like, oh, okay, here's something that I can do with my finances. I can set a budget. I can begin to look at things. And each area, he began to do something in every area, and then just keep doing one more thing. And then when he fulfilled that, what's one more thing I can do to move me closer to my vision? So I hope this is a blessing to you. I hope this wellness wheel serves you really well in creating a life that you absolutely love living, that has a powerful impact in the world and causes you to feel fulfilled and alive as the leader that you are. So blessings.